Peasant Productions presents the math of ESP, why it works even if you don't believe in it. Kind of have to have a little bit of laugh here. This is the 100th of the Occupy ISS International Space Station revolution, and going through doing some house cleaning and stuff around here and getting stuff together, came across some notes from a while back, and I'm going to have a little bit of fun here and show you kind of just how amusing but how consistent I am over the years. This little thing here, and you can see, a couple of different colors of ink and scribbling and stuff like that on it. And just the basic name of what's on here, this KPASA. Yeah. Definitely designates it to the time period of when Raymond was around and I was dealing with him, which means 1981 to about 1984. What can I say? He was Spanish. KPASA was one of those few things about, basically, what's happening in some way, shape, or form. It's supposed to be something, what's happening with walking or with something like that. But what I have here, which is actually kind of interesting, the very top here, I've got MUV, multi-use vehicle. You have SUVs, suburban use vehicles. Or civilian use vehicles. Main use van drive, that was what I was calling my RB engines at that point in time. The little bit here I got to show you, or read to you actually, it's a little hard to show it, but it's KPASA is looking for a few. I strike out good and I change to honest here. Honest dollars to fund research in private enterprise spaceships and shuttle services. Lunar Plus promote research for the colonization of Moon and Mars. Okay, a little bit before Elon Musk. Help start something for the future of you and your grandchildren. Okay, I'm already talking all the way down there, all the way back then, about the fact that I'm building this thing is to continue the survival of the human race. KPASA is capitalist with a K, pirate Airways space agency. Yeah, pirates, are kind of like mercenaries. We go wherever it's the best for us. The difference is, and this next thing here, is a profit-orientated research company dedicated to keeping the trade lanes open to the stars. Spare some change for a dream, and send donations care of. And then I got down here, obviously, I was looking at running this in a newspaper somewhere, probably the South Tahoe paper, but possibly I started this. This is possibly about 81, 82, so I might have been looking at one of the local newspapers down in the Los Angeles area, which would have had a fairly large amount of people to talk to. And along with it was a couple of things here, and one of them is Mankind's United Space Exploration Muse. Dear editor and people of Earth, what have we become? Our species was noted for its capacities for adapting to different climates, knowledges, and tests of survival in the natural order of things. Mankind, women included, seem to think that everything we do is unnatural. How absurd. What we do is natural for us. We challenge the unknown, press to excel wherever possible, and lacking an enemy capable of wiping ourselves out, we provide the means to do this wonderful feat ourselves. Yes, commit suicide, we'll kill ourselves if nothing else is around to do it. We do it with bombs, toxic waste, noxious gases, lethal toys, careless concern for the future, even sticks and stones. The human animal whose survival has depended on adaptability and intelligence does not seem smart enough to live with itself or its neighbors. I'm not telling anyone to stop this nonsense, but rather I'm looking for those individuals who, like myself, would enjoy finding answers to real problems. And you choose, okay? Those of you who don't wish to leave this planet and would gladly see people like me leave, just send me $1 or so to get off the planet. People wishing to leave the planet or build this type of future can send whatever type of help to me. First chairman of the board of directors, Mankind's United Space Exploration. As the first coordinator, I can tell you that we will need human labor, computer time, ideas, materials, laboratory facilities, test sites, and a major spaceport. And then I go on here, the muse part. Problem. Someone is going to kill all life as we know it on this planet. Okay? And then I drop into the idea of, what do you do? How do you find a solution to this? And obviously, that's where I come in with the space exploration, because you polluted your planet beyond the capacity to survive on it. So, like I said, physical evidence, again, dating this all the way back to International Space Station 1983. Okay? I created it in 1983. Nobody has defeated the legality of what I'm saying. Nobody has produced any evidence against me. A dozen or so trolls have jumped up and down in my face trying to argue that I had no way of knowing anything or doing anything or being anything and all that. And because they have all shown themselves to be troll, in other words, they come and they name call me. They're like the people in this town that I live in. If that insult doesn't work, tomorrow they come up with a new insult, okay? This is Christian Catholic behavior. You are currently in that kind of a world very much, where everybody's trading so many insults around that you literally have politicians making more noise and demanding the right to spend money and give money to the rich and spend money on war, and you're not looking at the reality that your planet is consuming all of your infrastructure right now at such a rapid rate that you're not going to be able to do much of anything about anything in the near future. And let's face it, one good major winter blizzard could wipe out right at this point in time going through the United States, coming within the short heels behind what's going on, where you've got Hurricane Michael going to go up through Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, which is underwater, North Carolina, which is underwater still. Then you have Sergio coming up across Baja up into Arizona, and then connecting up with stuff there, which is coming down as a winter storm, which means you probably are going to get an awful lot of icing and, wind damage and just terrible, terrible things that are going to confront you here. So as I say, you need to stop and start thinking about that. Those of you that think that, arguing about Kavanaugh, who, I agree, the guy's, basically scum, okay? I mean, he is the son of a lobbyist family. He is obviously connected to all kinds of industry and corporation, and sitting on the bench that is already decided with Citizens United that a corporation has all right to exceed human life. How they intend to do that, I don't know. You cannot prove that a corporation is still alive when everybody on the planet's dead. So that's why I say you have some very illogical beliefs. You are more concerned about the social media circus going on, the Donald Trump circus, which is exactly, like I keep saying, that's exactly why he's there. He is a buffoon. He is jumping up and down. He is running around doing crazy things. He makes, all kinds of sour faces, and the media goes crazy. The Trump lovers, of course, are turning around and saying, look how good he brags over here in this auditorium about himself. He's so wonderful. Okay? You're all doing rather illogical stuff because the rest of your infrastructure, whether it's the food imports from different parts of the world, weather, land, the fact that, Texas is about, in another week or two, looks like there's going to be another big storm coming up through there. There's just so much stuff going on. And the United States media is hiding as much as it possibly can. So, yeah, Hunter's movie, think about it, folks. I have, 40 years of paying attention to this stuff, 45 years even, of paying attention to this stuff, thinking about this stuff, designing this stuff, and literally knowing what you're going to do to yourself 35, 40 years ago, okay? When I created the International Space Station, I knew you people would arrive at this point where you're going to murder yourselves, commit suicide for yourselves, and as is prophesied, humans are late to the dinner table, and you ain't getting no dessert, and yeah, you got a whole big problem.